We often think of anxiety as a weakness, as a curse, as something to eliminate. But what if anxiety is not a flaw in our system, but a sign of our awakening? What if the trembling hands, the racing thoughts, the sleepless nights are not symptoms of failure, but invitations to rise? Throughout history, anxiety has been the hidden fire behind every revolution of mind and spirit. From the loneliness of philosophers to the sleepless nights of inventors, greatness is born not in comfort, but in tension. Anxiety is the mind's alarm bell, but not always of danger, sometimes of possibility. It arises when your current self can no longer contain the truth of who you are becoming. It is the growing pain of potential. Imagine a bird tapping from inside the egg. It must shatter its shell or die within it. The shell is safe, familiar, warm, but it is also the cage. And the anxiety? It is the bird's first cry of life. Anxiety emerges when we stand at the edge of transformation. It whispers, "There's more to you than this." It shouts, "Wake up." But most of us run. We sedate, distract, number anything to silence the rising tide. But when we do that, we silence greatness itself. Anxiety is the alchemy of transformation. It turns comfort into questions, routine into rebellion, and in that discomfort, we are asked to decide, will we retreat or will we rise? For the poet, it becomes a verse. For the dancer, a movement. For the thinker, a theory. For the dreamer, a vision. Those who walk into their anxiety with eyes open emerge not broken, but born. Climbers don't fear altitude, they fear losing grip. And yet they climb, because the view is not given to those who stay below. In the same way, anxiety is the steep path, and the summit, a deeper life, a more honest existence, a legacy forged in fire. Every great artist, leader, philosopher, and changemaker has felt the tremors, and still, they chose to walk through them. Anxiety also signals something else, that you care. You feel the weight of life's questions. You sense the immensity of choice, and like a seed pushing through soil, you ache for light. But growth is never silent. It cracks, it bends, it struggles, and yes, it hurts. But beneath the pain is possibility. Beneath the chaos, clarity. Anxiety can become your compass. Not one that leads to ease, but one that leads to authenticity. It pulls you toward decisions that scare you because they matter. It forces you to examine your values, your direction, your reason for being. In this sense, anxiety is not your enemy. It is your echo, reminding you that your time is limited and your truth is urgent. We often wait to act until we feel ready, until the anxiety disappears. But readiness is a myth, and calm is not courage. Courage is doing the thing while your hands are still shaking, while your voice still cracks. It is action, despite anxiety, not the absence of it. There will be nights where the weight is unbearable, where it feels like you're drowning in your own mind. These are the moments that ask everything of you, and if you can endure, not with perfection, but with presence, you will come out different, stronger, softer, wiser. You will find a deeper rhythm, one not imposed by the world, but arising from your soul. Anxiety is raw power. It can paralyze you, or it can become your masterpiece. The choice is always yours. The most powerful works of art, the most life-changing speeches, the most unforgettable breakthroughs were not born from peace. They were born from restlessness. Do not resist the wave. Let it carry you. Let it crash over the pieces of you that no longer serve. You will not drown. You will rise. And in that rise, there is greatness. Anxiety is not the opposite of greatness. It is the path to it. It is the friction that sharpens the blade, the storm that shapes the shore. You are not broken because you feel. You are ready because you feel. So feel it fully. Let it move you. Let it teach you. Let it carve you into someone deeper, truer, and more extraordinary than you've ever been. The anxiety you feel is not the end. It is the beginning of something great. We admire those who seem composed, who walk into the storm without flinching, but we rarely see what came before the calm, the chaos, the nights of uncertainty, the whispered, "I can't do this," spoken in solitude. Every strong soul you've ever looked up to was once a trembling beginner. The illusion of strength is that it's effortless. The truth of strength is that it is earned in silence through pain. Anxiety is not random. It reflects. It points to what you value, what you fear, what you dream of. It shows you where the fault lines are, not to shame you, but to show you where to build stronger foundations. To feel anxious before speaking your truth, it means your voice matters to you. To tremble before leaping, it means the leap counts. The easy way is always available. Comfort, avoidance, retreat. But every time you choose courage over silence, you rewrite your story. You affirm, "I am not defined by fear. I am defined by how I face it." And every small act of bravery adds a new sentence to your personal legend. Not all victories are loud. Some look like showing up anyway. Some look like crying and still continuing. Some look like simply not giving up. Yes, sometimes anxiety stays, even after the speech, after the job interview, after the choice. But presence is not about eliminating fear. It's about coexisting with it, dancing with it, saying, "I see you, and I'm moving anyway." And that's where real freedom begins. Anxiety, when honored, becomes the punctuation in your greatest chapters. It breaks monotony, forces action, calls for introspection. Without it, life is flat, predictable, muted, but with it, life becomes real. It becomes yours. Presence of anxiety means you are on the frontier, the edge of what you know and the beginning of what could be. This is where the artist paints, where the entrepreneur builds, where the activist speaks, where the human becomes more. If you feel anxious, it's because you're not asleep. You are awake. No one wishes for anxiety, but perhaps it is the gift we didn't know we needed. It shakes us, rattles our illusions, and pulls us to the surface of our lives. Because in that moment, when your heart races, your breath shortens, your mind spirals, something remarkable is happening. Your system is not shutting down. It's activating, telling you, this matters. This moment is alive. This is your chance. So take the step, speak the truth, make the move. Even if your voice trembles, even if your hands shake, even if no one sees the war within, because that is how greatness begins. Not with certainty, but with courage. You don't need to eliminate anxiety. You need to listen to it, learn from it, Let it shape you into someone deeper, truer, and infinitely more powerful. Anxiety is not your weakness, it is your witness, a signpost on the path to your becoming. Walk that path, not away from it, because where anxiety lives, greatness waits.